Recording.
Okay, we will call our meeting to order, the February 8th, 2022 Three Rivers State Property Owners Association meeting. And this time we will have the invocation. If you'll stand, John, did you give the invocation, please?
Father, please protect us, protect our rivers, protect our beautiful community, and give us the courage and the knowledge to protect it for you, and let us all try and do the same. Amen.
Amen. I'll pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could you call roll, Vicki, please?
Terry Hester. Vicki Olson, out sick. Carol Strickland, out of town. Vicki M. here. Glenn Hunter.
Here.
Tom Trammell.
Here.
Sammy King. Sassy Johnson, out sick. Joe Nano.
Here.
John Bryant. Vonda Ackerson. Here. Charlie Thompson.
Here.
Phil Ray, out sick. Tommy Matthews, out sick. Charlie Arnett, out sick. And then we have Lisa Kirby, right here. Rick Palm. Thank you, Rick. And Mary Brayler.
Okay, so we have five, and Rick, you'll be on board. Are you already on the board? Are you filling the
He's
slot now, or I know you're
He's an alternate.
Yeah, so we'll bring Rick up, and that'll give us a quorum. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we had you had excused members. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So we always vote to approve the excused members. So the excused members, you stated who they were, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I move that those members be excused.
I second it.
Any discussion? You have a question, John?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Who seconded the motion? John.
John, okay, John, you second. Is there any discussion on that? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, you, board members have copies of the minutes. Do you have a copy of the minutes? So, these are the December minutes. I apologize for the error on the agenda. So do we need to approve the agenda with that change, board members? So I'll ask for a motion to approve the agenda with the change from September to December. It's an error, scripto.
I make a motion to approve it with the change.
Second.
So motion by Charlie, second by Tommy. Any discussion?
I have a discussion. I haven't gotten one. I can't vote, so I have to vote against it.
Okay. All right, so all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Me.
Okay,
Did you
so
get any of the handouts, Joan? when
No,
you came
ma'am.
in? Okay. Hold on.
I can't vote on something I haven't read.
motion passes, and we'll get you those in just a moment, Joe.
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to read it, so it'll be that way.
Well, we've already voted. So. Okay, so we'll move on now to the treasurer's report.
Yeah, no secretary's report.
I'm sorry,
right?
Secretary's, I'm sorry, I can't see without my
That's
glasses.
okay. Put your glasses on.
Secretary's report. Go ahead, Vicki.
I'm not the secretary.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do we have a secretary's report?
No.
Okay, I'll move on then.
Okay.
We will move on to the treasurer's report, Vicki.
Okay, handout that we gave out was our numbers for December, because we were unable to meet in January for December. Everybody have those on the board? December numbers?
We haven't passed the minutes.
We just approved the minutes.
I asked you if I could talk for the minutes.
I misunderstood you, Jim. So we'll come back to that in just a moment, okay? And I'll actually reintroduce that. So thank you. You did say something. So go ahead, Vicki, finish
Okay,
that, please.
so the December numbers that we would have reported on the beginning of the year that we weren't able to meet are, Drummond checking account is $27,727.23. The Drummond reserves that we have is $50,009.79. And our Drummond membership for this year was $14,381.02 for a total of $92,111.74.
So any board members have any questions on the treasurer's report? You have, on the expenditures, do we need to approve the expenditures?
If you want me to read it, I will. The expenditures were $14,930.89. Our auto drafts were $647.97. We gained $6.59 in interest. The deposits in our regular checking, $100. Deposits in membership checking, $2,902, and then the electronic deposits were $3,450.
Okay, so board members, do you have any questions? And if you do, say that now. If not, what we will do is approve the treasurer's report. We'll approve the expenditures for the month of December.
Yep, and then we'll do January.
I'm sorry, yeah, okay, we'll do for December.
Yep.
Make a motion we approve December's.
Motion by Charlie Thompson,
Second.
second by Tommy Trammell. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I oppose, I haven't been able to read any of the information.
Okay, John. Thank you. Motion passes. So we will now move on to treasurer's report for January. Vicki?
Okay, January, our Drummond checking account is $26,460.78. The Drummond did you not get that? Okay, so Drummond reserves on our savings account is $50,009.79, and our membership checking jumped up to $47,161.42 for a grand total of $123,631.99. Our expenditures were $2,500.48, auto drafts $589.58, interest 23 cents, deposits in regular checking $920, deposits in the member checking $17,650, and our electronic deposits were $15,130.40. You'll notice that the membership electronic is the ones that renewed online, so those have jumped
Okay.
up
Sure.
in a hurry.
Okay, so board members, you've heard the January treasurer's report. You've had an opportunity to look at the expenditures and the sheets. What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve January 2022 expenditures.
And report, okay.
I'll second it.
And a motion by Tommy Trammell, second by Charlie Thompson. Any discussion on the treasurer's report for January? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Me.
Okay, motion passes. We'll move on to the president's report. Terry?
Everything's really going pretty good. Me and Tom met, I guess last week it was, Tom?
Right.
Down there at Point Court, we want to put in 2 split pavilions. We want to tear that big one down with the fire pit and fix the benches. So me and him estimated was like 20,000. But I'm gonna get 2 bids on it first.
Okay.
And also Gloria Spivey wants the sign replaced at 27 on the Swanee side. And I feel like we should do that, let people know where they can go in at Three Rivers Estates.
Is that on that's the highway entrance
Yeah.
there that has a little treepo on the telephone
Yeah.
pole across the street?
Yeah.
That nobody can see till they've gone past it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yeah, I think we need to get that done.
Mr. Chairman, as the President pointed out, we looked at this and we can show you if we need to, or the President can, it's highly laid out, but there'd be two of the split level pavilions or gazebos, if you want to call them that. That would be located on either side of the main pavilion, and it would be a pavilion that's there would be torn down and a new one would be put up. And so she chose the locations, and I agree. And so I think that's it's a good project. It'll help people come to Point Park. They'll have places to meet, gather, and eat. And I think, Madam President, you also mentioned the grills. That,
Yeah.
there would be a grill on each side, I think.
On the big one and then one each on the split pavilions, yeah.
And if the board agrees, then we can put in a fire pit or but.
Are you going to be in close proximity of that other fire pit that's actually not been very functional, so
Yeah.
we might revamp
In
that?
the general area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I agree with the President's proposal about the sign. And I would say it doesn't have to be necessarily one where we put the map on it or anything like that, but a nice entrance sign that would tell people they're entering Three Rivers Property Owners Association area. And so with that, I would I'd make a motion, if it's okay with the chair, that we approve up to $20,000 for the construction of those pavilions and the sign and the grills and the other things that go along with what we've proposed in the way of pavilions. And I got to tell you, I think the President's done an excellent job here of making this proposal, and I would urge us to go along with this.
So, could we, you mentioned about going out and getting some estimates on that. Terry, is that something that the maintenance committee, that it can go back into the maintenance committee and have a review, just to review what you've got so that we're pretty certain that we know exactly what we're going to do and how we do it?
Mr. Chairman, I would, we can do whatever you would like to do, but if the board approves it, I think there's
I wasn't asking to come back. What I was saying, just to have some oversight, to look at it, because it's pretty cut forward. You've already got a pavilion there. That pavilion was built on the cheap, if you remember, some 12, 15 years ago, and back when we were around 200 members or so. So they had very little dollars to work with, and it wasn't constructed very well.
I agree. By committee, what I'm asking for.
Well, we have a maintenance committee. John and two or three of us. Yeah, so we can just
work with the President and oversee these
yes.
projects.
Well, just to give some oversight as to exactly what's collected, what we're done, and how we're going to go do it.
I would agree.
Okay. So you have a. Go ahead, Vicki.
You were talking about doing this at Point Park,
Yeah.
and was there another park mentioned, or just that one? Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would like to see the bids that we get on these things presented to the board so that everyone could see what's being done.
Sure. I think that's not a bad idea at all. So we can do that.
But, Mr. Chairman, if I may, my motion is to approve upwards to $20,000 for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean she'll have to spend all of that, but I
Right.
agree with having two quotes. But I don't see the need for to have to bring that back before the board another month later, or then 2 months, or whatever it might be.
Okay.
We can move forward with this and get it done. And right now is a good time, I think, because
Yes,
there's not as many people using the
off
park.
season.
So could we communicate back to the board, if the board approves going forward with the plan? Can we communicate back with the board members so they have a look at what we're going to do and how we're going to do it?
By email.
Yeah, sure. That's what my thought is.
I would agree with it.
Okay. So, do we have a motion?
Yeah, my motion is to allow the President to move forward with these projects that's been mentioned at Point Park and the sign. and allow expenditure up to 20,000.
Okay. And then the committee will review, take a look at, the maintenance committee will take a look at that. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Do we have a second? Second by Rick. Any discussion?
When can we ask questions if we've got them, or can the audience?
Well, actually, what we're trying to do is get away from it because it's getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to,
I have a simple question.
okay.
So I heard you say the split level gazebos and another pavilion, larger pavilion?
Yeah, like what's down there now, but that one's gonna be torn down and we're gonna.
Yeah, just
It's
come-
the same
Yeah.
size, but.
Come back through the board,
Right,
if the chair, if we could, so.
So the design, the design for the smaller pavilions we have,
Yeah.
how about the design, hopefully we're not gonna do another one that's on the cheap like you just mentioned,
No,
right?
it's gonna.
Absolutely
It's gonna
not.
be like the small pavilion over here, just maybe a little bigger.
Okay, so the bigger pavilion's gonna be like the small pavilion, but bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the signs, why can't they just do the same signs that we have at this entrance on 27?
Those signs are very expensive. We might can copy that. Those are in relief and they're sandblasted, so could be quite expensive. And that takes a lot of traffic at that particular location. We had a lot of problems with the sign that was there before, and we
Another one
actually.
got stolen, I remember.
Well, we actually had two. We had one there, and we had one where you come down and then turn back.
Oh.
We had one there. That was actually stolen and torn apart. So we're just a little more cautious about that, so we can get the job done.
But also, we're not the only association back in there. We're just one of
Right.
several.
That's right.
Ah,
So you do have
So
the.
it's not just Three Rivers Properties.
gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Did you ask a question?
Yes.
Okay.
In response with the tearing down an old pavilion and building two new ones, is there,
Three new ones.
is there a reason for tearing the, Mr. Chairman? I mean,
Yes, sure.
Is there a reason for the old pavilion being torn down when we could build a second one and still have an area for picnicking of groups?
Yeah, what's gonna
It's
happen is,
rotten.
we're gonna take that one down, because it's not, because it's in very
It's
poor
rotten,
shape.
it's in bad shape.
Rotted.
We're gonna build something better
It's
than
not
what's,
safe.
we're gonna build something better than what's there, and then we're gonna have two pieces on each side for a little more, ability to have people utilize it. So it'll be much more improvement than what's there right now.
So it will house more people than the one that's standing?
Yes.
Actually, you could have three different venues going on at the same time. So that's the intent. Okay, so,
Also, our spring picnic will be April the 9th. We're also gonna be doing the Easter egg hunt for the kids after the picnic.
okay, well, let me finish up with this. We didn't finish our motion, so do we have a motion in a second, Vicki?
Yes, we do.
Okay, we
Rick
had-
Palm seconded.
Okay, so,
And you said no discussion.
so all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so motion passes. All right, Terry, you want to
Our
finish?
spring picnic will be April the 9th. Drive, we're gonna have, the Easter egg hunt immediately following that. And then we have a band that's gonna be playing bluegrass music after that,
Only 2 to 4.
from 2 to 4.
Okay, this is the fish fry? Okay.
And what we also want to recommend that we get the word out that it's not limited to just TREPO members. Anybody can buy a ticket, come to the fish fry, bring their lawn chair, and come and listen to the bluegrass music, entertainment.
Have we done that before?
Property owners.
Property owner.
Property
People that own
owners.
property.
Oh,
that's what
okay,
I'm-
all right,
That's
I'm
what I
sorry.
meant.
Okay.
Property owners.
Right, I didn't
Yes.
think we were going to go outside, so that's
No.
good.
It's
Okay,
for all property owners.
okay. That sounds good. And John, you will be coordinating, I guess, for us, some of the fish and stuff. Hopefully.
Yep. He already knows what he's ordering.
Okay.
More is the best.
All right. Yes,
Will
ma'am.
we be having a meeting at that point of the property owners?
Usually, every year when we have these, we have the spring and the fall meeting.
Correct,
We have a members meeting.
correct. So we will be having a members meeting.
We
at-
actually have a members report at that particular time, and in October, I think there's actually a members meeting, official meeting, if I'm not
So there
mistaken.
won't be a meeting at the fish fry,
I'm-
or there will be.
I thought it was
It's-
only in October.
It's not gonna be a full-blown meeting. I mean, I think the president
The
gives a
president
report.
will give a report at the fish fry in the spring meeting, and then in October, we have official members meeting.
According to bylaws,
Yeah, according to bylaws, there's only one
Right.
members meeting.
it's October.
Okay. Yes, John?
By the way, Mr. President, I got 2 grills out there in the shed.
Great.
Okay.
We can use them, John. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Terry, you have anything else to report?
No, that's it.
That's all, okay? Then we'll move on now to the maintenance report. John, you have anything to report on?
No, sir, not at this time. I understand I still need to get a lock fixed out here on the A-frame that I guess he forgot to do. I've got one toilet to get fixed. I've got to get with Wolf. I've called him a couple times, but I haven't got a response back. I'm waiting on getting the key, which I already got today. I don't know of anything that needs to be, I haven't heard any more complaints so far. I guess we're okay. I haven't heard from anybody on anything except for the one toilet out there. There's nothing that's major, like it's pouring water all the time. It's just when you flush out one particular toilet, so.
So, how are all the parks? Again, I know you get a chance
As
to,
far as I know, I haven't heard anything. I heard the lock was thrown off of, Camping Park. I just found out about that a couple of days ago. I gotta take the lock over and have it rekeyed for it, so.
okay. And I've got a couple of old locks,
You have
that
redone
we took off of the gate because the gate's fixing to be installed here, shortly.
A lot cheaper to have them rekeyed than just buy new ones, at about $60 a piece.
Okay. All right, anything else, John?
And that's all I have right now.
Okay,
Chairman?
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll move on to the communications report,
Yes, sir.
committee report.
All right, well, she already covered the fish fry. Also, there's a few things. One, there's a lot of questions about, we now have numbers on all the pavilions, and people are saying they'll sit where they want to sit, and you can. Anyone can sit anywhere. The small pavilion and the large pavilion, we just ask that you go to treepo.net, put in a reservation for those. But if you go to the calendar and no one has it, it's kind of whoever gets there first.
Right.
So we're not making people make reservations for all the little ones, it's just the large one and the small one. And if they're not reserved, then anyone can use them.
Okay.
And let's see. Also, lots of times people will send me messages that there's questions on other Facebook pages, other areas online. If you want answers, you want to go to our Facebook page. It's the Three Rivers Estates Property Owners Official Chat. Also, treepo.com is our main
Net.
website.
Treepo.net.
.net. Also, so if you're out there asking questions and it's not on ours, we can't answer that question, and you're getting misinformation, which is coming back. I mean, people send us things all the time, so we try to weed through those and answer everyone's questions. Also, with the keys that are going on, if anyone has not received their keys, and you've given us plenty of time. Let me go over that real quick. So what we're doing to get them out at this point, because the bulk, we had key day, everything's out and gone. So anything that we receive up until Wednesday of each week will get stamped with a membership number on Thursday and out in the mail on Friday, or you can meet Terry or whoever we can deliver it, or you can pick it up. And the same thing, anything that comes in that Thursday through the next Wednesday will then be processed, stamped on Thursday and out on Friday. So we're going to continue that way. I don't think we're going to do another key day. I don't think it's necessary because we're getting them out and trying to accommodate everyone. But if you know of anyone that hasn't gotten theirs yet, we'll put another post out. But you can renew online, or you can print off the membership form, send it in with your $100 check. And if you're a new property owner, you send the same information in with a copy of your recorded deed.
So at this juncture, this is what, the 8th of February. About where are you with membership currently?
We are, I got it here. Okay, so on the Columbia side, we're at 366 members. The Swanee, we are at 108 members, so we're at a total of 474 members in Three Rivers Estates.
Okay, so we're about half of where we have been in membership going forward. So
Right.
this is about lined up where we've been in the past, is that correct?
Right, actually, yes, we are.
Yes. Okay.
That we're at, what, 963, I think we ended up.
At the end of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can they still pay online?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's.
You can renew online. If it's a new membership, you have to send it in, because you have to verify the property.
Okay, just for doing memberships, okay.
Yeah, are you having any issues or any difficulty that stands out more than any other? It seems like everything has flowed real smooth for you, but I didn't, of course, I wasn't able to, I was sick at that particular time and just getting over it, but it appeared to me from all the comments that I'm hearing, everything went very, very smooth in the manner that y'all handled that.
I think it is, and I have to say, Terry has been very, very accommodating. She has, yeah, she'll go, meet people. We've had some members that are disabled. She'll go and literally take the membership form to them and fill it out and get their money, and then she'll bring it back to them. So if there is someone that's shut in or can't get out, and you're not into, online, I mean, we'll definitely reach out to us. Give us a call, send us an email, have your neighbor reach out to us.
And things are working well with the Postal Service right now
Yes.
also, so that's
Yes,
been a very,
everything is.
a good plus
It is
on the
running
local.
really smooth.
Okay, so y'all solved that issue there.
Yeah, I got a Fort White, I send out Fort White through Fort White, I got a Branford, I send out Branford through Branford, and anything that goes to Jacksonville or anywhere other than that goes out through Branford.
Okay.
Fort White personally delivers to Fort White for me now, so that turned out good.
So is there anything that's hanging out, that's lagging on the keys as it relates to, I mean, are you up to speed on the keys?
Down to this
All that
week.
she has is what she will have stamped. Where we at? So tomorrow,
Yeah.
she'll have her list together. By tomorrow night, we'll have them stamped Thursday. They'll go out Friday or be ready to pick up. The only ones she has in hand, I think, are people that don't live here full time. They've asked her to hand us the keys till they get here. But
Mhm.
everything is gone.
Okay, that's great. Do you have anything else on communications?
No, I think.
You have a question?
I was just gonna say, I've had several people tell me that they were planning on that February key pickup day. They didn't come in January, just, because they weren't in town yet.
But we can get it to them before that. They don't have to wait
Yeah,
until that
I
time.
was gonna make a suggestion, maybe let everybody know that there won't be a second one like immediately, so they don't plan on, coming.
Well, we'll put it out there then. Because we discussed it and we don't see a reason to wait till then, because we can go ahead and accommodate it and get their keys now. I mean, they can, meet us up here. We can, get the money. They can meet us back. They can mail it in, then meet us.
Y'all been very accommodating for everybody, so I appreciate that. So, you have anything else on the communications?
I think that is it for now.
Okay, so we'll move on to the,
Question on communication.
sure.
Why is it that our minutes go on the website and then they're taken away?
I don't think have you taken anything down?
I haven't taken anything down. If it was there, it's there.
Do you have something specific that you recognize?
Yes, I saw August, September, October on the website, and now they're disappeared.
Why?
If it was there, it's there. The website's actually backed up off-site, away from a different, to a different host and everything else every 24 hours. There's no chance that it's going to lose anything.
Because I
so.
keep going to the website for information. I can get to that. I have trouble with, I'm not computer literate. I'm a dummy. And I go to the website and I look for information, but somehow or another, I can't get it from our Trepo page, trepo.net. And I thought that's where all of the information was supposed to be. As with the board meetings and the finance meetings, I don't know if there's any finance meeting. I came up, there was nobody here.
I mean,
Finance meeting when?
On a Monday before the yesterday.
Yeah, we
So,
probably need to take the, make sure.
Are you looking that up to see if it's there
But
right
there-
now?
Yeah,
Was someone here last Monday?
yeah.
So
That's what we need
he's
to-
gonna pull it up right now, let's just see if it's there, and
The calendar is not correct.
so,
What's wrong with the calendar? Oh, the calendar, okay. Well, don't get aggravated with me, Joan, I'm asking the question.
I'm asking
So we do need to
questions.
take the finance meeting, I think that's back from Evelyn had set up. So we do need to take those finance meetings off of there.
But there's people out here that don't know Trico and go to that meeting. I have a friend that's out of town. She called me and she said,
You see my
what
truck?
happened? I came up, and there was no meeting.
But we haven't had a meeting since even before Evelyn passed away.
Exactly. We
But there
had,
hasn't been a need. If there's a need,
I
we'll
know,
definitely
but they're
meet.
still on the calendar.
We'll take them off, Joan, we'll make sure they're off.
The calendar
Okay, she's
doesn't
gonna-
represent.
she'll take that off. Is there any other questions on the calendar?
No, I'd like our communications to be clear.
Okay, we
Okay.
take that
We're
in
trying, we are trying our
consideration.
best.
Okay, were you able to find it, Charlie?
the data's there, so
It's there, so I might recommend this,
I-
Joan, I know you mentioned that you struggle with the internet, so you may want to, when you're working on that, give one of the girls a call.
I called Charlie.
Okay, what did he say?
He's gonna fix it.
No, I'm talking,
I can show you that they're not on there right now if you'd like to see.
which one specifically?
Is there one specifically?
Yeah, so September, it says June minutes, and then the very next one says September order to call,
could that be an iPhone deal?
No,
and then the,
that one's not there, so either,
If
but
you
it
need-
wouldn't have got there and then removed. It may have never got there, but it wouldn't have got there and then been removed.
So what are you missing? Just one?
Let's see, we go from 6/20, June to September, so there's a couple of them missing right there. So if somebody wants to email them to me, I'll make sure they get on there.
which one was it?
Got June and then I've got September, so,
July and August.
yep.
I've got the minutes and the recording if you need it.
Give me the minutes, I don't want to listen to the recording.
Okay. So we're
So
good.
where you
So
remove
we
the finance
appreciate appreciate.
And
the
I updated the
communication.
calendar and removed all the finance stuff from our calendar. That's already done. So
Charlie?
I just did it, so that's done.
I'm gonna go back and check my computer because, that's during the time frame that I would probably be helping out. So I
Okay.
may have the minutes, but I'll go back and verify that.
Yeah, let's double
Okay.
check. If we got them, we'll
Everything had been posted.
Well, that's good. That'll be an opportunity to fix that. So thank you for bringing that
Thank you.
forward. We'll get that fixed. All right. So anything else, Vonda?
Nope.
Good report. Thank you. We'll move on to some discussion action items. Tommy, a park committee report.
Mr. Chairman, we have finally a finished product here on the job description of the park manager. I've handed out to the board. There's about 4 pages here. If you want me to read it so that others viewing can either do that or we can somehow make it available
Could
on
we just post it on the internet?
the internet.
He will. You'll post that on the internet.
Yeah, I
anyway.
think it'll be better as posting on the internet. That way they can print it out, use it as an application, whatever.
Okay?
Good.
If everybody's had a chance to read it, do we need a motion to approve moving forward with this?
Board members, have y'all had a chance to review it?
I did review it before the meeting and looked pretty good. I was here early with nothing to do.
Adopt the recommendation.
Okay. We have a motion by Rick. We have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second by Charlie. We're going to wait just a moment and let Joan review it. And then we will ask for any discussion. Is that your phone?
It's not me. I just checked.
Mine's on.
Okay.
Mine is-
Can't believe it can get this quiet in here.
If you want to go ahead, I'll abstain and I can read it later.
I'll take your advice. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the park ranger job description to move forward? Yes.
I have one question, Mr. Chairman. This document that you're going to assume approve tonight, at some point in time, because conditions may change, is it written in the document that the board has to approve the document that is being approved tonight? If you have to change it, what's the process to change the document?
To change job description, there's a caveat, which, and I'll have to find it, basically says that for other duties as prescribed by the board. So there's a job description, but there's also a clause that
So
provides.
any changes to the document have to be approved by the board, and that's in the document?
No, it doesn't say that it has to be approved by the board, not the changes. We can add that in if you like.
Then why are we
Well,
voting?
it's not up to me, I just asked the question.
Well, from a standpoint of transparency is why we wanted to bring this to the board so they fully understand what these duties would be going forward, since this is a new first-time position that has been sought after due to circumstances that we've had in considering the membership and some issues that we've had in the parks, and also looking at this as an overseer to be another set of eyes to see if there's any potential hazards or liabilities that are out there in the parks. We've got somebody that's in a role that can, and I think that is in the job description, is it not, Mr. Trammell?
Yes.
So this is it. I guess we have a motion and a second to approve a job description by the board. I would ask this one question, Bill. You have some experience to recognize there may be something that might conflict.
Well, I haven't had privy to read the document, so I don't know, but I'm questioning.
Okay.
What you approve tonight conditions may change by this summer. And if we have a park, excuse me, if we have a park manager, I don't want the park manager coming, well, the chairman of the board said he can do this, but it's not written that way. Or Tom could say, the manager could come to me and say, Tom said I could do it this way, and it's not, hasn't been approved, the changes have not been approved by anybody other than hearsay.
Good, Chairman.
There's two paragraphs in here related to that. It says other duties and responsibilities may be added, and existing duties and responsibilities may be amended or deleted at any time by the board.
Okay.
Then also says the park manager shall perform other duties as decided or prescribed by his/her supervisors.
Who is the supervisor?
They're
You
appointed
are-
by the board.
Decided by the board, Mr. Chairman.
That's written in here.
Okay.
United States POA.
So,
Whatever you all want to do, but it's up to y'all, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Well, board members, you have a job description, you have a motion and a second. What's the pleasure of the board?
I have a comment. I would like to see it published and then see what our owners and the people that are owning the property want to see added or deleted.
I appreciate that.
I would like that very much too, as an owner of the property here. I think that's a great
I don't think that we're, board members, this is a, excuse me.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Looking at me, showing
Yeah.
me a little bit of respect, thank you.
I'm gonna ask you to leave the room if you want to continue to disrupt the
Sure.
board meeting.
Are
Okay?
you currently under investigation?
Let me make one thing perfectly clear to you
Any law
now.
enforcement agencies right now that would bargain for me in this meeting, let alone talking to me
Sir.
that way?
Sir,
Let's just move.
sir,
Don't look at me like that, sir. I'm a totally reasonable, nice person. I'm here to enjoy a meeting, a respectful one. That's
would you
hopefully being
respect
very
him too?
Stay on topic. You're out of line.
I'm right here.
That's at the end of the show, so
Good.
just hold up.
You don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Absolutely, I do, sir. Thank you.
You understand? You have no idea what you're
Sir,
talking
we're
about.
good. I have paperwork and stuff. We're good. Go on. We can do
Okay.
this right now.
Now, let me make one thing perfectly clear.
Are you under
If you
investigation
just-
or not, sir?
I'm not under investigation.
Yes or no?
May we ask you, you are?
Do we need to contact law enforcement, because I can't run this meeting this way? Is there some number we need to call, because I'm not running?
If we're running this meeting illegally, then
We're not.
someone should. Because if you're under investigation by any of these people, then this isn't legal. But
Mr.
it's
Chairman.
happening.
Yes, sir.
I would suggest that we continue with the meeting. This is just a disruption. Let's continue
I'll
the
just
meeting.
talk to the FUA agent. No worries. Thank you.
Okay, we can move on,
This
thank
doesn't
you.
even end a real meeting at all. You stole an election. Don't even push me. Do not assault me at all.
Okay, you know what, that's not enough. No, give me your ID.
Okay. I actually forgot where we were.
Talking about putting
A
that.
motion on the floor to approve the park manager.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is that correct?
And that's what
So, we will put this, yes,
I'm going to ask for just a moment, based on the behavior of the person who was just in here.
Yes.
And I don't really want that guy left alone with him, so I'm just going to go watch his back.
okay?
Probably, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
we'll have four.
He'll be right back.
Well, we're not voting right now. We've already voted. There's already been a motion and there's already been approval. We were in the middle of a discussion.
Let's clarify
Rick Hall made
something.
the motion and Charlie Thompson seconded, and all we were doing was a discussion.
We just had discussion. We haven't approved this. Joan made a suggestion under discussion that we publish this on the internet. I don't think that's an issue. That's not a problem whatsoever. The responsibility for this job description, this position, is that of the board. We don't operate through the membership to put together the duties of the board. This is the duty of the board.
Right.
So I don't know that we have a quorum here. Do we have a quorum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have a quorum right now to approve.
We'll gotta wait for the
There's others out there with you. You want me to get them?
We just don't, guys, we're not a 200 member club no more, we're almost at 1,000.
I know, you can't just get 900 people to agree on a thing that the board is here to do. That is the function of the board, is to make those decisions.
It's the function of the board
Charlie
to
to come on in, we
represent
can finish this vote.
No doubt, but they're voted in
Thank
to
you.
represent the owners, Joan.
Thank you.
You should know that. You're a
Madam-
board member.
At the meeting, I asked that we should have all of the officers identified. Merely the minutes came out that I asked, and there's no identification in the minutes that we just passed. I asked Mr. Hunter about that at the beginning of the meeting, before the meeting. And guess what?
Call for a vote.
It lost.
Okay, so all in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay, so the motion passes. Okay. Anything else, Mr. Trammell? You'll go forward with the process to...
No, Mr. Chairman, I just, I would like to see this move forward. It's been a long time coming.
Okay, that'll be fine. Thank you. So what we'll do now is move on to camera security. Charlie?
Okay. Everything's on track. What we have up right now is working great, and we're about to be ordering a whole lot more stuff based on our new budget that got approved. So
So the process right now is to move forward with cameras at Midpoint
We'll do midpoint, then we'll do point,
Point,
then we'll
and
move on over.
Boat ramp, okay. So, all right, so we're in very good shape with that.
Is
Yes,
that the
ma'am.
order?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll move on now to new business. Yes, Rick?
I have two resolutions. The first one is a resolution of commendation for the Park Committee, with Director Fennell in charge. Their work has been excellent. They put a lot of hard work into this, and I resolve that this board recognize them for their hard work and excellent work, number one. And number two, the same resolution commendation should go to Charlie Thompson and the Camera Security Committee for all his and his committee's hard work and excellent work.
Thank you, Rick.
Very good, so. Okay, Charlie, you have anything else with cameras?
No.
Okay, we'll move on now. Is there any new business? Is there any old business that we need to go back? Vicky?
I have new.
You have new, okay, well, you didn't stop me quick enough.
I'm sorry, I was
Quite
still
all right,
waiting.
sure.
Okay, for the last couple of newsletters, we were using an old schedule for people running ads in the newsletter. So I think we reverted back on some of our prices, and so I wanted to change those because we were using an old schedule last time. A business card ad we were charging $15, and I want to ask the board to up that to $25. Usually a business card ad is an individual that doesn't have a huge corporation. It's just like a one owner, sole proprietary business. $25 I feel is reasonable for a business card size ad. The quarter page, we were asking $50, and I think it should be $30. While a half a page was $100, and I think that should be $50. You had asked me to go back and find
Explain that
out.
again now. You said a quarter page was 50,
Yes, because,
and you're gonna lower it to 30?
yeah, because I think that was our original prices, and then somehow it got changed. But you had asked me to go back and
Sure.
speak with Karen about how we could figure out if we were making money or losing money on these ads.
Right.
And we were not losing money. We weren't making a lot of money, but we were not losing money. And that should be a perk that we can allow some of our members to advertise in their own community.
I'm just trying to get my head around
Was she starting one now?
Drop it in price.
the-
I was already thinking it was too low to start with.
yeah,
Maybe I did that wrong. Maybe I went the other way.
I think you may have, Vicki.
Okay, I'll do that on the next meeting. How's that?
We'll come back, we'll come back with
I need to
that.
have a cup of coffee before the meeting, so
All right.
let me work on that.
Okay, Vicki, that's good. Do you have any other new business?
No, sir.
We'll, when you go on your camping trip, they'll give you plenty of time to work on that.
I'll work on that.
All right, so we'll move on to old business. Is there any old business, board members? Okay, so we'll move on to property owners' comments. You have about a 2-minute time limit. Does anyone wants to speak to the board? Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Karen, how are you?
Who all didn't get an agenda here?
I didn't.
Who? I mean, board members. I can't see back there.
Yeah, right here, young lady.
All the board members got a copy of the agenda.
Well, apparently Joan didn't.
This board is
Well,
required.
she was handed it late because she came in and sat up there.
Well,
and we-
y'all all seem to have had yours early,
Yeah,
right?
we're the board, and so, thank you.
And she is too.
Yeah, there was extra,
handed
there's
them
extra
out.
agendas here, anyone could have picked up an agenda, so apologize
But
for
aren't you
that.
supposed to have the agenda before the meeting so you can study it?
Sometimes we do, yes, sometimes we
Well, I
get kind
think
of cramped.
everyone should have the agenda
Okay.
before the meeting.
All right, thank you, Karen, we'll work on that. Okay, is there any other property owner wants to speak? Yeah, Jesse?
Yeah, we're actually, as a association and as the board, are supposed to post 15 days before this meeting, the agenda, so members can decide whether they want to attend the meeting or not.
Right.
It's actually required law by the state of Florida.
Okay.
So probably start doing something like be approved by a vote of the membership, not just by the board.
No,
So-
I don't, that's not the case. I'm not sure where you're pulling that
There'd be no
from.
reason to have a board.
I can read it to you.
Well, just send it to us if you would, I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, Wayne?
I do that and I never get any reply.
I would just like to hear it.
Is the agenda, what's the agenda? What does that do? Isn't that the same thing every meeting?
Pretty much, yes, except,
I mean,
It tells you what you're gonna.
just, just the order for how we run the meeting, yes. There may be a topic or two that
yeah,
we want
it's
to
the
drill
same
down.
every meeting.
So
Yes.
they'll know what we're gonna discuss.
Okay, so, is there anyone else that wants to speak to the
I
board?
wasn't done. So
Okay.
I'm also wondering, where's the signs that we already spent all the money for that aren't up still at either one of our entrances? Everybody's been asking me about that. Where's the signs at, man?
There hasn't been no money spent on them, Jesse, that I know of.
I will actually, I think Tommy Matthews was working on that, so let us get with Tommy. He's out sick today. But
So
we'll get
last
with
time
Tommy.
I asked this, 3 months ago, you told me that you were gonna be the one responsible, and that you were just, going through some discounts to get the artwork.
Yeah.
So Tommy's in charge or you're in charge?
I can't find the artwork for that, it's not available. So, okay, so Tommy's working on that, and he will. So, any other questions related to that? Anyone else want to speak to the board?
What good does it do us?
I have one more thing.
Yes.
The filings with the IRS, you said
Yes.
that we did file some paperwork with the IRS this year?
We did 1120H for 2020, and we'll be filing an 1120H for 2021. Matter of fact, those, I believe Carol has those documents
Ready to go to the CPA, Guy Williams, with Synergy in Lake City. So that'll be,
A copy of those right here at this meeting.
Pardon me?
I'd like a copy of those.
Copy of what?
I'm requesting that,
Of the forms?
of the IRS forms that we're filing.
Which one?
The 1120H that you said. we're
For
gonna
which
file.
year?
For both.
Okay, well, 1120H for 2021 is not complete.
Right.
They will be working on that. I'll get you a copy of 1120H for 2020.
Also, the 1099s that were supposed to go out the end of last year and then the end of this year, is this year that gonna happen? Or
The
is it-
1099s are being done right now. The secretary is doing that right now.
Joan asked me to ask, that's why she left
Yeah.
and now she's not.
I think there's six people that were needing 1099s, so I think that's almost complete.
Yeah.
So they will be going out, they will be actually delivered to those individuals.
What laws do you go by? Do you go by the Florida Sunshine laws, or do you just go by the bylaws?
Well, Florida's Sunshine Law is the statutes relating to ethics. I'm not sure what you're
The
referring to.
720 statutes are considered online sunshine, because they're the old
Yeah.
sunshine laws that they revamped, that are now called the statute 720, but I
Okay.
think that's what she's referring to.
Okay.
The online sunshine is.
Right. Okay, is anyone else wants to speak to the board? All right, not hearing that, we will.
Please let her know we go by both. She didn't get an answer.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we do go by both, sure. Certainly. Our next meeting will be March 8th, and we need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
All right. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Father, what time